Welcome to a Dippin' Dots repair video. Today I'll be showing you how to change the robot in an Evolution 2 vending machine. Let's start by reviewing some of the tools we'll need. We'll need a cordless drill, a 3 30-seconds Allen wrench, a Phillips head bit, an 8mm socket or nut driver, a pair of needle nose pliers, some tape, a light just to help us see, and of course our replacement robot arm. We'll start by opening up the machine. Once our machine's open, we're going to open the service door and flip the display to the inside. Once that's done, we'll press our VAC key, followed by holding the down button to release the hose. Now that our picker head's down, it's time to remove it. On either side of it, you'll see 2 set screws. This is where we'll use our 3 30-seconds Allen wrench to loosen those so we can take the top off of the head. With the screws loosened, we'll use a twisting motion to thread the top part of the picker head up the hose. Once the head is free from the body, we'll just pull off the remaining part of the assembly. Then, we'll thread the top part of the picker head down the hose until it comes all the way off. Once that's done, we're going to use the up key on our service keypad while holding behind the hose until that hose comes free from the robot arm. Once this is done, we use a bit of tape, and we're just going to tape that hose to the back of our vending machine. Moving inside the machine now, on the right side of the robot, you'll see 1 wiring block toward the top and 2 small ribbon cables toward the bottom. All 3 of these will need to be removed in order to take the robot out of the machine. The block's the easiest. Just squeeze the 2 clips on either side and pull the clip free from its housing. Next, we're going to use our needle nose pliers, and we're going to gently grab the ribbon cable by the head and pull out with our needle nose pliers. Once all the wiring is removed, we're going to take the 2 Phillips head screws out of either side of the robot. With the 2 screws removed, we're carefully going to slide the front and let it lay to the side. With all the wiring removed, we're now ready to drop the robot itself. To do this, we're going to remove the 2 top 8mm bolts at the very top of the robot bracket and then loosen the bottom 2. that step done, we're going to support the robot with our shoulder, pull out on the top of the robot bracket, you may have to loosen your screws a bit more, but pull out on the robot bracket, and that pin will drop just past the notch and take your robot free, which can be removed from the machine. With our old robot removed, we're now ready to install our new one. To do this, we're just going to do the reverse procedure. We're going to start by supporting the robot with our shoulder, and then we're just going to insert the pin into the bracket on the back of the machine with the notch facing out. Once it snaps up into place, we can use our 8mm bolts in the top holes and just start them in by hand to hold our robot in place. Once again, we'll use our 8mm to tighten those back up. The robot arm will now hold its own weight. We can go ahead and move it out of the way and replace our top part. Now put our Phillips head screws we removed earlier back into the side of the panel. To do this, just look through the hole until you see it line up with the threads and start the screws in by hand once again. And then we'll use our Phillips bit to tighten them. Now we'll reinsert our wires into the robot arm, starting with our wiring block and then our 2 ribbon cables. We can now switch our vending machine's board power back on. And when we do this, the machine is going to act strangely for a moment. Once your robot stops moving on its own, we can then pull the front out. With the front of our robot out, we can retrieve our hose from the back of the vending machine. And we're going to start that through the top of the robot. Press the VAC key on your keypad and then hold the down button. We're now ready to reinstall our picker head assembly. We'll start by taking the top of the picker head and we're going to thread that onto our hose. Once it's threaded up a few inches, we'll take the bottom part of our picker assembly and we're going to insert the barb into the hose. Now, we'll thread the top part down onto the bottom. Once they're back together, we'll retighten our 2 set screws on either side with our Allen wrench. Once the picker head assembly is reinstalled, we'll hold the up key to retract our picker head back into our robot. For our next step, we're going to want to calibrate the robot. To do this, we're going to use our star key on our customer keypad for the next option. If you haven't already done it, press VAC to unlock the keypad. We're going to go to option 4, which is create selection. And we're going to hold the reset key. Once it reads arm uncalibrated, we'll calibrate the arm. It will say set arm at left wall. Set the arm at the left wall. Grab both parts, the shoulder and the elbow. Turn the front to the right. And then set the back part or shoulder of the robot all the way to the back. This is how you set the robot to the left wall. Once it's set to the left wall, we'll press the pound key to accept this position. To set it at delivery, bring your robot back to the front of the machine. And then once again, we'll press our pound key to accept. We can flip our display pad back inside, close the service door, and our machine is once again ready to put back into service.
Thank you very much for watching.